Be honest with me. Have you ever been sitting at your desk, perfectly fine, then suddenly your heart starts pounding, your chest feels tight, and your brain goes, oh great, this is how I die, in the office, surrounded by spreadsheets? Yeah, that's called an anxiety attack. And if you've had one, you know it feels like your own body is trolling you. By the way, I'm Sean, 30-something. I work, I pay rent, I answer emails I don't want to answer, and I have anxiety, like capital A anxiety. I'm not here as some guru with solutions. I'm just a guy telling you what it's like inside my head. And trust me, it's messy. My first anxiety attack didn't happen at some dramatic place like a hospital or on a plane. Nope. Mine happened in algebra class. Yup, algebra. There I was, 16 years old, sitting in the back of the room, trying to remember if X actually mattered to my life. The teacher's at the board writing some nightmare equation like if train A leaves the station at 5 p.m. and train B leaves at 6 p.m., at what point will Sean completely lose his will to live? And suddenly, boom, my chest tightens. My hands go sweaty. My brain goes, congratulations, Sean, you're officially dying. In math class, next to a kid who smells like Axe body spray, I couldn't breathe. My heart was racing. I thought, this is it. This is how I go out. My funeral's gonna have a chalkboard behind the coffin with unsolved equations written on it. Meanwhile, everyone else is just quietly taking notes, like nothing's happening. And I'm sitting there in full internal meltdown mode, thinking, should I raise my hand? Like, excuse me, miss. I think I'm having a medical emergency. Also, what's the square root of 49? I'd like to know before I pass out. And here's the kicker. When the bell finally rang and I stumbled out, I didn't even collapse. I didn't faint. I just survived. Which somehow made it worse because then my brain went, oh, cool, you lived. Which means this horror show can happen again, anytime, anywhere, even in public. That was my very first panic attack. Not during something life-threatening, not during a car crash, not in war, but in algebra, which honestly is kind of the same thing. And here's the kicker. Anxiety doesn't just go away when you grow up. If anything, adulthood makes it worse. Got bills? Anxiety. Boss sends a vague email that says, we need to talk? Anxiety. Your mom calls and leaves a voicemail that just says, call me back? Big anxiety. Even the most random stuff triggers it. Like scrolling Facebook and seeing that kid from high school who used to eat glue is now married, owns 2 cars, and has a golden retriever named Bentley. Suddenly, I'm like, oh no, I'm behind in life. Even Glue Boy figured it out. That's adulting with anxiety. You're not even competing with people anymore. You're competing with your own imagination of how bad things might go. So, of course, I've tried coping. Meditation? Great. Until I start panicking about whether I'm meditating correctly. Exercise? Supposed to help. But mid-jog, I'm like, cool. Now I'm panicking and out of breath. Journaling? Yeah. My entries look like, Dear Diary, today, I thought I was dying again. Honestly, my coping methods cause more anxiety than the anxiety itself. But here's the thing. Anxiety attacks feel invisible. On the outside, you look normal. Colleagues think you're just quiet. Friends think you're zoning out. But inside, you're battling your own brain. And I know I'm not the only one. A lot of us, especially in this age group, are carrying work stress, relationship stress, money stress, and anxiety just feeds off that. So that's what an anxiety attack feels like for me. But I'm curious, what about you? Have you ever had one? Or do you have a weird coping trick that actually works? Drop it in the comments, because honestly, I could use the help. And hey, if this felt relatable or at least made you laugh while spiraling, hit like, subscribe, and join me here again, because really this is only the start of the chaos inside my mind. Now I'm curious, what's the weirdest or scariest thing your anxiety ever made you believe? Comment it. I'll be scrolling and nodding like, yep, same.